Hey guys, how y'all doing and welcome back to the channel. My name's David and I fix RVs, and today I'm doing another update video on a windy/rainy day on the tent shop. Let's get started. One more workout here since I posted my last update video. I now have two thermostats up here for two furnaces. This is a 12-volt furnace. This one's the 120 that I had already. Right now I'm just running the 12-volt furnace because the 120 is just, likes to guzzle the propane. Then I've got my one battery charger here. I've got another one on order that's going to go right under that thermostat. I've got cover plates on order for these outlets over here. And over here, well, this is the newest thing that I've added. This meter, it measures volts, amps, watts, and it also calculates watt hours. And if you want to reset your watt hours, you press and hold that button there, and it goes back to zero again. But basically, this switch down here turns on everything here, including these two clamps. So I'm using that for testing equipment and monitoring equipment. I'm getting ready to build Power Station 3.0 as soon as my Amazon delivery gets here. I've been using this meter monitor for about 4 or 5 days now, and I really like it. So I've decided that I'm going to build another power station, and I'm going to put one of those meters into the power station. I've got it right back there. If you watched me build Power Station 2.0, I just want you guys to know that that was a complete failure. It just didn't work at all, and it was because of this device, the one that I was, I don't know if you watched the video, but if you did, this was just a way of adjusting your voltage up and down, and it looked great on, camera when I was filming it, but when it came time to actually use it, this thing couldn't even power up an RV furnace. I don't know why I didn't bench test that before I filmed the video, but I did delete the video. Power station that I built, and this guy's still working. In fact, I've used it, almost every single day since I've built it. I've never actually used these terminals here, so I have decided that I'm not going to put these onto the new box. Yeah, so that left thermostat powers the furnace down here on the left. I did mount them right next to each other. And then the right thermostat powers the furnace on the right. The one on the left just kicked in. I have it installed, but I haven't installed any grill covers on it yet. I think I'm going to buy another one of these, cut it right here through the middle. That way I can have, on this other furnace, vent one direction on that side, and then the other one can vent this direction. Major windstorm we had, part of this back section kind of blew apart, so I had to go in, and you can't see it very well, but I added a 2-foot high backer board that goes all the way across the back of the tent. And on the outside, I also installed some wood all the way across the bottom and put multiple screws in it to help hold it together. It's that little piece of strip of wood that I was just talking about that I added all the way across the bottom. And there's wood here that comes 2 feet high, all the way across the back of the tent. My girlfriend and her daughter and I all have just all kinds of stuff stored on pallets around the back section here. So that's kind of weighting these pallets down, and the tarp is screwed to these pallets all the way around the tent too. So it's been doing a good job. We had a major windstorm where, we were getting wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, and like I say, that back section, just this tore just a little piece back there, and that's about all that happened. The rest of the tent storage did great. Still got all row of lights up there. Got a motion sensor light up there for when I come in. Lights in the middle. Got my 12-volt refrigerator. The work area. I'm really happy with the work area. I've been putting a lot of time in there. Then with that lithium battery, I took this styrofoam and I ended up, setting it in there, and then I covered it back up too, just to help keep it warmer in the winter. Even though I will probably have the 12-volt furnace running most of the winter out here, keeping everything nice and toasty, especially if it starts snowing. I definitely don't need snow accumulating on the roof. It could get heavy and crush the tent. I think that as long as the heater's running and the heat rises, it should keep the roof warm enough to where the tent or the snow should not be able to stick to the roof. I hope I'm right. We will find out, because winter is pretty much already begun. We've got really windy weather, lots of rain. It's raining right now, and it's windy, and it's cold.